Hey everybody, welcome to RC Abroad. So whoever said you don't have to be crazy to work here but it helps, must have been an RC enthusiast. Because it seems like every time we go out and run, something breaks, it's back to the workbench, right? But that's part of the hobby that I love, and part of the hobby that I assume you love if you're a tinkerer like I am. So that's why I'm going to start this recurring segment, What Broke Today? Working title, might change that. But yeah, and that's gonna be me doing upgrades, repairs to my various fleet, my various cars back here. All right. So if you at home are having the same problem with the same model, maybe you can see some tips and tricks on how to fix that. So today, I'm gonna work on this guy. My MST MTX1 USA1, lots of acronyms. All right, but this is an MST MTX1 that I've highly customized, but I'll get into more detail with that when we get it onto the bench. So let's go do that. So what I've got here is my MTX1 MST, modified to use this old Stampede USA1 body I had. Now because the MTX1 is, the parts availability is not great, at least here anyway, even though I am in China and this is MST's domestic market, a Chinese brand. Even in the domestic market, parts are hard to come by. So that's why I kept stripping spur gears. So I decided to switch to a SCX10 transmission. Took some modifying on the bottom plate here, as you can see there. Had to drill new holes. Not the most elegant of fixes, but it works. So now I've got an SCX10 transmission in there because the MST transmission was too hard to get spur gears for. So, and I got, these are 100mm KYX shocks on every corner. I've got, I think, 10mm hub extensions on here to give it a wider stance. This is a Hobbywing Max 10 ESC, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. And then I have the stock XB, what is it, XB3 or 5 or something. The stock brushless motor from the MST MTX1. I just swapped out to a much bigger, more powerful ESC. And then I'm running a 3S 2600 milliamp battery in the rear. Right. And then I got a 25 kg SPT Chinese brand servo. I like these. They're cheap, they're waterproof, and they work really well. So I would highly recommend these if you can get them. But yeah. Now the problem today is, as you can hear, I think the pinion gear came loose from the motor shaft, so we're gonna dig into the transmission and get that out and fix it. So this is an aftermarket SCX10 transmission. Now the reason I went with an SCX10 transmission is because they have been around for years. Everybody makes parts for them. Spur gears are easy to come by. Many different spur gear options between metal, plastic, 48 pitch, 32 pitch. So I felt it's much more versatile, much more robust transmission over the stock MST one. So that's why I decided to switch it out. And you can't see it, but I did have to Dremel out a little bit under where the motor sits to make it fit on the bottom plate, but that was an easy fix. So here I always put a little bit of grease on my spurs just to lube up the transmission a bit. Simple. Should fit sort of shrink tubing. A lighter, heat gun, whatever you have. I always keep a lighter next to my workbench for just such occasions. Yep. Problem solved. Now, because I'm not sponsored, I don't have companies sending me cars to unbox and review. I have to buy everything myself, like most of you out there, right? Unboxings are going to be a bit few and far between, let's be honest. So I was trying to think of some content ideas that might interest the community, and one of them was to go through my collection back here and show you what I've got on the shelf, what upgrades, what customizations I've done. If you think that would be interesting, please comment below. Let me know what you think, and I'll try and put out a video once a week, if not more frequently than that. So that's it for today. Thanks for tuning in, checking out RC Abroad, and we'll see you next time.